There are more than 7 billion people on planet Earth, and roughly 10% of them are left-handed. But have you ever stopped to wonder why? Today we're going to look at some possible explanations for why so few of us use our left hand. The first thing to point out is that throughout history, most of us probably used both hands equally well. After all, most tasks didn't require a dominant hand until fairly recently. But somewhere along the line, most people started relying more on their right hand. One idea is that it has to do with the way our brains are wired. Studies have found that the left side of your brain generally controls the right side of your body and vice versa. And it seems that the part of the brain that controls hand movement is one of the first to develop in human embryos. Perhaps when this part of the brain starts to take over, it just happens to be the right side for most people. As a result, right-handed people tend to have more of their motor cortex on the right side of their brain, while left-handed people tend to have more on the left. Now, having more of your motor cortex on the right side isn't necessarily an advantage, but it might explain why right-handed people are more common. That's because when faced with a new task, they can often learn to perform it with their right hand more quickly. For example, one study found that when musicians switched from playing an instrument with their right hand to their left, they took much longer to learn the new hand position. If they were predominantly right-handed, it could also explain why right-handed people are more likely to be better at certain tasks. When scientists studied how well right-handers and left-handers could perform tasks requiring hand-eye coordination, they found that right-handers were better at tasks that required the right side of their brain, such as identifying objects presented to their right visual field. Of course, just because something is slightly more difficult for left-handed people doesn't mean that they are at a huge disadvantage. In fact, being left-handed has been linked to advantages in certain areas such as math and creativity. Ultimately, the fact that most of us end up using our right hand more might just be a quirk of human development. After all, if being left-handed does end up giving you certain advantages, you'd expect the frequency of left-handed people to increase over time. But for whatever reason, we seem to be stuck at about 10%. So the next time you're doing something with your non-dominant hand, take a moment to appreciate that you're part of a very exclusive club. Thanks for watching.